You feel most related to the fairy?
I feel like that's like my spirit animal.
Okay. Any like specific reason why you would choose a fairy between a plunger with 14 dicks?
Because that does not sound pleasant.
Why?
Promise. Because why would I want to be a plunger with 14 dicks?
Okay, fair
Like,
enough.
what the fuck? Like, I would be unclogging fucking shit. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that.
You would be so deep.
Like,
You would be
so deep in shit. You'd be like, oh,
yeah.
baby.
Like, and I have dicks. I have
some of your
14
wet
dicks on me. Like, are they
grainy
real?
shit.
Like, are they real? Or like, are we talking like rubber? Like, what are we?
Here's the thing.
Like the plunger material, or
Like
Here's
the
the thing.
fucking like I don't even know.
Here's the thing. As long as it's made with body-safe silicone, you can fuck whoever you want with it, and it's not going to do any real
and
damage.
unclog your
Fuck
toilet.
off. I'm
You
at
could,
14
you
of
could
me,
definition fuck the shit out of something.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can fuck off
There
14
you go.
times. You
Be
know?
like, oh, let me fuck you with my 14 horse cocks.
Yeah.
I'm imagining. Okay, here's what I'm imagining. You said that. I'm imagining like a fucking Dismo fucking sized plunger, significantly sized.
Yes.
And I'm imagining like massive fucking horse cock, and it's like veiny and shit, and it's got that weird like sack thing at the end.
Yeah.
You mean a grundle?
A grunt. I mean that. Oh.
You can fuck off 14 times, bitch.
You
like,
could. I mean, all 14 times.
You could ride that pony.
Jump on it. Let's go. Oh, wait. No, YouTube. Sorry. Anyway. Well, no. We haven't heard all the responses. What is your name and what is your response and just why?
I'm obviously very. I'm not gonna say that I'm pro, and I'm not gonna say that I'm anti plunger.
Okay.
With 14 dicks, okay.
Okay. Let's see what you're
I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you, okay?
Well, tell me what the options were again. It was a fairy.
It was a fairy, a dragon, a unicorn, or a plunger with 14
I think
dicks.
I would be a unicorn.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see that.
Honestly.
You would be the
Yeah.
fucking cutest unicorn ever. Like, yeah, it's like.
And,
you would-
Okay, if I was a unicorn, what color would I be? Just.
fuck purple.
I
Like
can
a
see you being.
lavender?
Yeah,
I can see you
like,
being.
like my phone case purple, like, or
Aw.
maybe a little bit more darker, but yeah, or not my phone, like my phone.
So
you
like a
can't see it.
periwinkle?
No, it's purple, but you can't
Okay.
see it because the light, because yeah.
I stand that, and I stand that color. I look great in a pastel, so I'm like completely
No,
fucking
it's
fine with
like-
You
that.
haven't even gotten to
Like
your
a
name.
The lavender is like such a mood. It's so bougie right now. When I wear lavender, I feel powerful. No, I think I would be a unicorn because I would be so colorful and so fucking pretty, and the skies would be my runway, and I would just be like approaching fucking kids, and I come through the clouds and like a glimmer of like golden smoke and fire or something, and be like, "What's up, motherfuckers?"
It's like glitter or like no glitter.
Oh, there has to be glitter.
Oh fuck
I feel
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's just part of the trademark. No, there has to be glitter. And there's like fucking like
Oh Lord. Okay.
there's some white people music playing behind me.
Absolutely.
22.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got a purple pastel unicorn.
What's up, bitches?
What's your name?
Oh, my proper English name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, daddy.
Oof.
My wrestling name.
Mm-hmm.
Had it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You can call me Power Bottom.
Okay, so we got Power Bottom.
Are you here for an ass-kicking good time? Your father and I are just happy to be here supporting you two kids.
Father?
Slamming and jamming.
Oh man, I haven't had a father since 2001-03. How about you, Daddy-O me?
I didn't have a father, period.
Me neither.
Aren't you still waiting on yours to return from the store or something?
Dry cereal for 20 long years.
Oh God, the crispy.
My throat.
Oh God.
Yeah, my father. never
Dad,
did.
have you brought the whole fatty milk from the store?
Shit.
Elaborate.
Shit.
Alright.
Tell Tell me what your name is.
Yes, what is your name,
What
good
is your
sir?
name, good sir?
And which mythical creature between a fairy, a unicorn, a dragon, and a plunger with 14 dicks would you be?
I feel like I know what he's gonna say before he even says it.
I'm about to say, why pick one when I'm already a fucking legend? Oh shit. Call me Daddy Dismo.
Daddy Dismo, the double D himself, the daddy of DJ Snacks trademark. So, what mythical creature are you today, Dad?
I'm gonna say dragon, because here in about 20 minutes, I'm gonna be dragging my balls across that chin, baby.
Here's the. You think he's kidding?
I've
I've been traumatized too much.
Okay, Dad. Okay.
My
So,
father and I have a very healthy sexual relationship.
Trinidad, we have a really unusual cast with us today, but that is all right because we are unusual ourselves. This is the Secret Gas Chamber. It is your favorite host with the best and the most, DJ Snacks. You already know what it is. Welcome back to another episode of the Secret Gas Chamber. Today, we have some of an anti-serious, but sort of serious topic today. It deals with emotional maturity. Something we all have to go through, something we all have to experience one way or another through pain, suffering, or just downright circumstances. We are here today to talk about all of the above. So, Dad, you have been gone for 20 freaking years. Did you at least bring the milk? Can I ask that first?
Give me about 15 minutes, we'll take care of it.
Okay, I got you. I have the milking system in the back. So can you tell me any examples of Okay, so tell me any experiences or stories of when it was your hardest time to go through something emotional. Something that dug deep into the system of the core of you and hurt you so bad that it changed you, you know? What did that? Okay.
He wants to talk to you, Big Daddy.
Oh no. So I understand. Okay. Anything growing up that a man usually go, okay. You and mom. That's fine. You and mom.
No, which one of us are you asking?
I'm asking you, Dad.
Oh.
I've been saying that for 8 years.
Why are you ignoring your son?
Where's my
son? Please!
Help me find my boy.
My dad is dead! And I've been trying to find him for 20 years now!
Oh, okay, low key though.
My fault.
Low key a jam. Low key a jam.
Dad,
Where
please.
are you?
And I'm so sorry. Come on.
Jam.
Emotional
I-
damage.
song.
Emotional damage is what you're doing to me right now.
I think as far as
Mm-hmm.
maturity goes, it's not
Mhm.
so much as emotional damage. It's
Oh,
just
right.
ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
You have things happen, family members die, close friends die.
Exactly.
I mean, every teenager thinks, even every kid thinks they're damn near bulletproof until you actually see a bulletproof man walk up. Best way to put it.
What do you mean by bulletproof?
I mean,
you
every
mean
kid,
nonchalant and
I can screw around and I can eat whatever I want,
Mhm.
do whatever I want. I mean, how many people just out of high school end up having people pass?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a very real reality check right there. You have a kid that's your age
Right.
that just ends up out of nowhere just dying.
To my knowledge, I don't remember anyone in my high school passing, but there was this one boy in elementary school. To protect the innocent, we're going to name him Isaac. So, me and Isaac were having problems on the bus. He was your typical run-of-the-mill bully, calling me a faggot, the old tricks of, you're not going to be good enough, you're stupid, blah, 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 nerd, or whatever ammo they have for the day. And so, in this particular instance, I decided to stick up for myself. And for some odd reason, his older brother, who is like 2 grades older than me now, just decides to get up and slap me in the face. You know, for what reason? You know, I don't bother anyone. I just sit in the back of the bus.
What grade were you in?
Fucking 3rd grade.
What the fuck?
3rd grade. Yeah, and his brother was like in 6th grade, actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was his last year in elementary school. But anyway, he slapped me across the face. I'm upset about it. Very clearly in my head, I'm like, Malachi, I wish I could get him back. You know, automatically, I wish I could get revenge. I wish I could do this, that. I wish I could hurt him in some way. But here's the kick in the teeth. Here's where my perception of revenge partially really started to change, even as a little kid. And this goes into how I emotionally matured and dealt with grief as a young man growing in his prime. Later on that night, I was playing outside or out somewhere. I don't even remember the circumstances, but I come home and I remember my mom sits me down. And she has this very, I guess you could say, like, cold vibe stare. And I'm like, oh God, what happened? She sits me down and she said, you know, Isaac, the boy who was messing with you today? And keep in mind, I had all these thoughts of like, oh, if I can only hurt him, if I can only take my revenge, stand up for myself, go kick his ass after school. Turns out, he ran out into the street and got hit by a car chasing after a ball. That night.
Damn.
Maybe an hour before I got inside. You can only imagine what that did to the, 8, 9-year-old me. Like, you almost think that you wish that upon someone in some cases. But you have to also remember that there are circumstances within the known and unknown universe that can take control of that karmic value for you. So it's almost like I feel like I partially manifested it into the universe and only was the catalyst, like the driving force for something that was going to happen anyway, but just at a different time. And growing up and coping with that is sort of mysterious. It's sort of strange because it's like, I know it's not my fault. I know I didn't personally kill Isaac, but...
And still that knowing what you had said, what you done, and it happening like right, just such a coincidence, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it crossed my mind too. Just anybody's mind, like, I mean, I did manifest that, and now it's happened.
Yeah.
You know, or just, I don't fucking know, life just fucking a coincidence, you know?
Yeah. There is that duality of whether or not it is a coincidence or a symptom of manifestation or a product of manifestation. Yeah. And so that sort of just taught me to be careful of my mindset. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say you can't hold yourself accountable for some of what you've done when you're that young.
Yeah, like we all say.
It's not so much that you did something, but you know, you can't really blame yourself for having ill wishes towards someone who had ill wishes to you from the beginning.
Exactly.
Especially
that's
when you're not,
what a lot of people.
And it just
a lot of people don't understand. If you go to someone every single day and punch them in the face, one of these times you're going to raise your hand and smack the fist away.
Exactly.
It's not so much as a, hey, this kid just came out of nowhere and I don't know why I don't like him. I mean, that's basically what a bully is someone who just doesn't like you for whatever purpose.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And 9 times out of 10,
they just aren't happy with themselves.
Yeah, they've got something going on at home. Maybe they're being bullied. And you
mean,
often see that over and over again in child psychology, just the repeated pattern of, well, I was abused, and then I abused my kids, and then they go to school, and they're bullied.
It's a bunch of cycles that, it's a bunch of generational cycles that have to
Here's
be
my thing with the whole bullying. I'm one of the first people to actually think, like, bullying is good to an extent. Especially in today's society, I think that we do need more bullying.
I can see how.
Strong point.
I can definitely see how.
We have all these people and all these participation trophies that are getting handed out. Oh, you did this, good job. Oh, you did this, good job. there isn't a, hey, this kid's stronger than me, this kid's better than me in one way or another, and it doesn't give kids the opportunity to really embrace who they could be.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a gold star every time you blow your nose, eventually everyone's gonna have these quote unquote stars,
Mm-hmm.
and no one's gonna know, like, oh, I have no skills, I'm just naturally good at everything.
Exactly.
the thing.
They're
That
gonna
doesn't-
think they have an immediate invincibility star, and that
That-
they can do anything, and that they're impervious to failure.
And that's honestly the biggest problem right now, is as far as maturity goes, is people aren't getting that opportunity to mature.
Mm-hmm.
I
Do you
mean,
think, sorry not to interrupt, do you think, I don't know, in some way that this generation is trying, like, especially with social media and all the exposure you get, you know, everybody, you know, you can smile with your whole family all over Facebook
Mm-hmm.
on a trip to the beach and take family photos and all this shit. But you don't know that she's sleeping with somebody else, and you don't know that, you know, he's got pictures of little boys on his computer or something,
Exactly.
and you don't know that the kids are going to school.
Because everybody fakes it. Not everybody, but
I don't
Well, not
understand.
even so much that they fake it, but just they go to school.
So
and
what's
they're
your
not-
question? What are you asking?
Yeah, there's a question.
There was a question, and I forgot it.
it's okay. You're gonna ask a question?
I was going to ask a question. It was a very important question.
Oh.
And
I was actually. Oh my bad. I'm sorry.
It was dealing with the you were on the track of
Yes.
social media and the having the need to be
Oh, okay.
justified by social media.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's-
absolutely.
yeah,
Do you
yeah.
think, you know, you see all these good and bad parent techniques and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Do you think that because there's the pressure of anything ending up online, good or bad, in a family situation, do you think that contributes for, like, you know, the more laxer parenting? Because people don't want to end up on social media with their teenagers raving all about them.
I mean, when you're like what you're talking about, do I think every teenager knows that their dad has like little boy porn on their phone? Probably not. I think honestly, something like that the parents would be a little more hush hush about.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking,
That's like a
now
more
is that
private
an
family
okay
matter.
thing? Absolutely not.
No.
No, but that's
But-
something that the family has to deal with within the privacy.
That's something that may never be revealed about the family.
Exactly.
I mean, those are one of those deep dark secrets that don't really affect the child per se,
Yeah.
unless the child's actually getting touched at home. Then
Mhm.
then that affects the child.
Yeah.
But as far as bullying goes as the having the gold star standard where everyone gets a gold star, it doesn't show like saying, hey, you're really good at running, you should do this. Hey, you're really smart with math, you should do this. It gives this false premonition that all these kids can do anything they want, which in return only makes them fail in life, basically.
Exactly.
I mean, you have all these kids that get these gold standards who can't get past minimum wage because their whole life they're told they can do anything, and then when they go out to do anything, they end up failing because they're like, oh my god, I'm not actually good at math at all.
Or like you see this pattern of like tiger moms, and it's like, I'm going to do everything I can to make my kids succeed.
Mhm.
By paving all of those imaginary roadways that your kid's supposedly going to walk across, you automatically set them up for failure very early in life. Because the second you stop doing all their chores for them, taking
Mhm.
responsibility for all their bad
Yeah.
decisions, supporting them financially, the second they are cut off from mommy and daddy, and they have to do it on their own, they're gonna fucking fail.
But yes.
I would
Yes.
much rather my kid be their authentic self
Mhm.
while they live in my house.
Mhm.
Yes.
Be honest with me, be
Mhm.
truthful with me, and then when they go through something, I'm not gonna have to find it out through a friend of a friend of a friend
Yeah.
because it
Exactly.
ended up on social media. My
Mhm.
kid's gonna tell me, they're gonna say, hey mom, I fucked up.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like,
How?
We'll talk about this and then
Let's
we're gonna
talk about
solve
it.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're gonna find a way to problem solve it
you're
together
gonna learn
because
from
they
this,
also
yeah.
have to learn how to solve their own
and I
problems
hope
at the
our
same
kids
time.
one day, you know, if and when we do have them, will, you know, feel that way about me and feel the way about him, that there can be full transparency.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
feel like when you have that open line of communication and you're, you know, I don't think your kid needs to know everything you go through in your marriage.
No,
I think that can be a
absolutely.
little traumatizing, but being honest enough about where you're at with your kids and treating them like humans.
Mm-hmm.
But to basically backtrack and bring it all back to one loop.
Mm-hmm.
I think a part of the emotional maturity, as far as being starting young, is bullying. Bullying is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, am I saying every kid needs to be bullied to know what they're going to do in life? No.
No.
But I am saying some people
Need that push.
essentially need that push, saying, "Oh wait, I'm not Billy Badass. Billy Badass is this kid.
Mhm.
This kid can knock anybody out." And
Exactly.
then you come to find out there's always someone stronger, and then you figure out what you're stronger in, and
Yeah.
that helps with your not only emotional but physical and spiritual maturity.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Now, talking back to death,
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody experiences death for a first time or second time or third time,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a certain limit to it before you start becoming numb to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also comes to a head when you're like, especially if you're not exactly comfortable or close to the person that you lost, and it's like, oh well, we didn't have that connection, so like I don't really love them now. But then when they pass, you do love them, and that's when you realize that pain that you feel
Mhm.
and pain that you're experiencing is the true form of love, is the truest form of love that there is, because you never truly miss something
Mhm.
until it's gone. Especially when it's a driving force like a bully, like it was for Isaac for me. That was a driving force to not only change my mindset, but to also change the way I go about pressure or negative stimulus around me. Because that gave me a chance, going back to your topic, Dad, of the gold standard, that gave me a chance to realize, okay, I'm not the baddest motherfucker on the block. Yeah, I been knew that. But let me find out how I am. That's how I got into books. That's how I got into my education. That's how I got into studying myself long enough and hard enough to try to figure out who I am, so that no one else could ever give me the opportunity to tell me otherwise.
Mhm. I actually was bullied
Mm-hmm.
for my looks.
I was also bullied.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
like
What
it
was
fucked me
your
up.
What was your experience like? Like, how did it start? Was it like somebody in your friend group or somebody in your class?
Dude, fucking just like this dude. His name was his name. We're just gonna call him Obi. Okay,
Mhm.
his name was Obi. He was known for being like an asshole and a dickhead.
Mm.
But like 7th grade, like I just didn't fit in. Like I was fucking poor. Like I just was going to school and I hated it there. I hated the people. They were all like
There's
fucking
always that
prissy
person that
bitches.
comes from
Yeah.
like lower income
Mm-hmm.
that everybody assumes is raggedy, or like you
Yes.
get bullied for like having a smell. It's like, what if the city cut off our power?
Yes, they was calling
Like,
call me
luckily,
fat.
I've never
Oh my gosh.
been in a situation
Mhm.
where that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
My family's been very blessed, and I recognize that. But I had other kids in the same class, and we lived on a smaller Air Force base, so
Mhm.
everybody kind of knew everybody. And if you were one of the stinky kids,
Yeah.
like everybody knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't stink. I just didn't have like the clothes that they all wore, like the Victoria's Secret. I didn't have that stuff.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was
I wasn't
always
walking
clothes.
around with Love Pink. I wasn't wearing Uggs.
I was
My
walking
mom
around
couldn't
in
afford
Walmart clothes.
Same.
Exactly.
Same.
Listen,
It
there's
just
nothing
was-
wrong with that, as long as
that's
it looks
all
good.
it was. That's all
Maybe
it was.
maybe a trip to Old Navy for back to school when they have that jean special,
Mhm.
like that shit.
Mm.
Yes.
I like a
and so
good
like
pair
I
of
don't know, people
jeans.
like at that school were just very stuck up, like they're prissy.
Yeah.
Because they lived in town, like everybody. It was a very small school. So I don't even know, but like around like 8th grade, like they do just text me to kill myself. Like it was like that's the type of bullying I would
I'm
never.
sorry, what?
Yes,
Yeah.
like 8th grade, dude. Like I
That's-
wasn't even
wow.
thinking like how could you even do that in 8th grade? Like, and, like
That's
I don't even know.
ridiculous.
Yes, like that's some crazy shit like to tell somebody. But yeah,
But it
and I
happens
said
every day.
sophomore year, that's why I dropped out, and it was a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
my experience with that was fuck no. Like nobody deserves that. It is at least to the extent I had it.
So to expand on that,
Yeah. Being bullied for
What-
like just being you, like your appearance, like I don't even know, like
yeah.
And you can't help when you're an awkward teenager.
yes.
And like none of your clothes fit, and your skin's all weird, and your
Mhm.
hair's greasier than it's ever been, and like
Yes, I had pimples.
nobody
like,
knows how to do their makeup. I remember like
Mhm.
blue mascara
Oh fuck.
or
yeah.
brown mascara.
Yeah.
like baggy, oversized T-shirt
Couldn't
because
blend
I was
eyeshadow.
awkward.
Couldn't blend eyeshadow for shit. I just
You're like, I'm gonna do one color from my lash
Just
line
white.
all the way up to my brow.
just
and it's
white
gonna be
and
beautiful.
blue and
Oh
pink.
my god.
Did you ever do the all white nails
Yes.
or black nails?
Yeah, black
You're like,
nails,
I'm
bro.
so pumped.
The fucking crackle shit. You remember the crackle?
Oh,
I was a
crackle
crackle
nail
bitch.
polish.
Crackle.
That was
I got
me.
crackle nail polish all over my dad's workbench in his garage
Oh
once.
my god.
Oh man,
All
I
right.
remember that specifically.
To bring it back around.
Mhm.
Wow, that was a tangent.
To expand on what you were talking about with the bullying,
Yeah.
there is this universal question of what now. I feel like that is the only question that matters in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like present status, there's nothing you can do about. In future status, there's nothing you can do about. So what now? The now part is the part that matters in the what now. Because it's like, now what am I going to do in this situation when there's nobody else to turn to, when there's nothing else I can do, and when
Yeah.
society in a total is telling me I'm going to fail. So, in the what now of your situation with bullying, how did that change how you go about treating people nowadays in your newer young adult life?
Well, I don't let people take my kindness for weakness anymore.
Mhm.
I feel like I just let the kids just talk about me, and I let it get to me too much instead of me thinking who the fuck is this talking about me like this.
Mm-hmm.
And after getting out of school for a little bit and returning back my freshman year, after middle school, everybody kind of grew up a little bit, so it kind of helped with the kids kind of just leaving it alone, because of course the other kids in the younger 8th grade, they would all join in, and it'd be the whole fucking class, and I would just run out the fucking room. I'm not doing that shit.
And the teacher wouldn't do anything?
No, dude. I remember
Oh
the
my
only
God.
teacher that stood up for me was Miss Ferguson. She was my English teacher. I loved her.
Shout out to Miss Ferguson.
Shout out
you
to
know
Miss
who you
Ferguson.
are.
Yes, ma'am.
You're on the podcast.
They actually
motherfucker.
made her to the kids when they fun of her because her last name, her maiden name was Nepler, so they call her Miss Nippler. And I was like, bro, they'd be making. I'm like, bro,
Was
that's
she
not
busty?
Huh?
Was she busty?
Was she busty?
She had some nice. She had a nice rack. Yeah.
Did she
Yeah,
have
some
the
blonde
ease?
Are you
hair.
sure they were making fun of her, or were they just trying to get some insight?
They were making fun of her. She told the class, she's like, yeah, my maiden name used to be Nepler, and they made fun of me for they called me Nippler. The kid, they started laughing
Why
at
would
her.
you tell that?
Why would you tell them
She
that?
was
And
opening
you were
up
how
to
old?
us. Oh, we were in 8th grade, 7th and 8th
You
grade.
told a
You
bunch
told
of 7th and
middle
8th graders.
Yeah,
schoolers.
she was trying to
Hold
be
on.
lighthearted with us.
First
so.
of all, have you ever been insulted by a junior high kid?
That was her
They
own fault.
will fucking go
Treat
through your
you.
skin and get to
Oh,
the root
yeah.
of your being.
Why do you look like that?
Why do you look-
What?
Do you walk around like that every day?
Yeah.
Oh my
Are you
God.
always this vapid? Yeah.
Why do you talk like that?
Are you a boy or a girl?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
I am an African American male. Dad, what made you a man?
That's an excellent question, son.
What is a man?
I think
What are you
it's
called?
not just what one thing makes you a man. I mean, we're all just kind of looping back to what we're talking about with the whole emotional maturity. But I mean, you have death in your life, you have the bullying in your life,
Mhm.
you have things happen that you're like, oh hey, this is cool, this ain't cool.
Yeah.
I mean, as you mature, you figure out various different things about your own self, and what really makes a man is just all those different things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see.
But
So, but is there anything in specific that was like right in the face?
I mean, there's a lot of things that hit you in the face. Eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about the back
I
alley.
mean, balls being one, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, talking about. I mean, I got my own stories of people dying. I had a teacher. We're just gonna call him Mr. Jim.
Jim.
He was definition bodybuilder. I mean, he was in Gold's Gym magazine's bodybuilder.
Oh wow.
And he was probably the nicest guy you could ever meet. He would always have something nice to say to you. He'd talk with the kids. He'd mess with the kids. He'd say some stuff we had this kid who
Aw.
he for some reason called ET neck. and the kid thought it was the funniest thing ever. So he
You
just kind of
mean like that?
That paints a very specific picture. But like just the neck, he didn't have
yeah,
the bullet
he
head.
didn't call him E.T. He just said E.T. neck because the kid had
neck.
a wrinkly neck. But he was
Like wrinkly.
But he
like
was
a
also
bulldog.
he was also the same
Yeah,
type of
like-
guy who was like, yeah, once you guys start getting older and actually start being able to go to the gym and
Yeah.
doing stuff, any questions you have,
Come
feel
to
free
me.
to look me up on Facebook. Feel free to talk to me.
Exactly. He
Fall-
was that avenue.
He was one of those guys that would like go above and beyond to make sure whatever you have going on in your life, like if you had a family relative die, he'd be able to say, hey, what's going on? Let's talk about it. And he would potentially just say, hey, let's fix the problem.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, as I got older, I believe it was my 8th grade year, he ended up passing, which was a pretty hard hit, but the way I found out honestly kind of made me more realize that like, hey, death doesn't have to be sad, it can be more of like a comedy thing. Like everyone's sitting in class all quiet and they come up and they say, hey, just to let you know, Mr. Jim was found dead today,
Holy
laying face
shit.
down in a bowl of Kellogg's Puffs.
Oh my god!
I'm sitting
Oh
there.
my god!
I'm sitting there as a kid. I'm like, what the hell? You just come in here and just lay this out?
Whoa!
Unfortunately, he had a
I feel
heart
like you
attack
couldn't
while
do
eating
that.
cereal.
Oh my god!
But
That's
that
brutal.
was a
He was
very
getting his
hard
cup on.
smack. But they brought it made things very easy to deal with. 'Cause They
Yeah.
made it funny. Basically, it's hilarious coming into a room of kids saying, "Oh, by the way, face down, bowl of cereal."
We at least had a together moment of silence at school. We had an assembly for Isaac because everyone basically knew him. It's a small town. Like, everyone knows everyone. It's fucking stupid. But, like, yeah, we cry. We die.
We eat some pie.
Yes, we do. And we are going to end it on that note. Thank you for joining another episode of the Secret Gas Chamber. And remember, when you need to cry, don't die, just eat a pie.
Oh, God.
Goodbye, DJ Snacks. Ooh!